I'm Simona Cutoni, and you're watching Awaz News.
Trudeau meets NATO partners in Latvia, pledges support to Baltic leaders. Convoy supporters who had bank accounts frozen will be flagged for life. MP Leslyn Lewis announces bid for Conservative Party leadership. Transit operators reporting boost in ridership as gas prices surge. Ontario Education Minister cannot say if prolonged childcare negotiation will cost parents rebate checks. Ontario updates elementary science curriculum. Saskatchewan PNP launches new tech immigration program. 5 years after skydiving crash, Canada's Turner races to Paralympic gold medal. Toronto holds off Columbus with heavy lifting from the top line. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau promised Baltic leaders today that Canada will stand with them to fight the criminals' war on Ukraine and its cyber attacks on their countries. Trudeau is in Latvia, where he met privately with Prime Minister, followed by an expanded session via teleconference with leaders from Estonia and Lithuania. Russia's invasion of Ukraine is now in its 13th day. Trudeau said Russia has weaponized misinformation not only against Ukraine but in all democracies around the West. Canada leads the NATO battle group in Latvia, which is part of NATO's long-standing deterrence effort against Russia, a mission that taken on new significance in light of the Russian invasion.
Prime Minister Kariņš, thank you so much for your warm welcome. As well, we continue to strengthen the relationship between Canada and Latvia. Prime Minister Sanchez, Pedro, it's good to see you. I know how important the contribution of Spain is to the success of the mission here. NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg, thank you, Jens, for being with us today. It's extremely important. NATO truly is multinational. It was absolutely amazing to see the culminating military exercise of our troops from different nations, including those of Canada, Latvia, and Spain, training together. It was great to be here, and I'm also very happy to be joined today by Minister Anand, our Minister of National Defence, and the Chief of Defence Staff, General Eyre. We had a very productive day today. On top of my different bilateral meetings with Krišjānis, Prime Minister Kariņš, Prime Minister Sanchez, and NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg, I also met with President Levits of Latvia to discuss Ukraine and a broad range of topics. In addition, this morning, Krišjānis was able to organize that we were joined virtually by the Prime Minister of Estonia, Kaja Kallas, and the Prime Minister of Lithuania, Ingrida Šimonytė. We agreed to deepen the partnership between Canada and the Baltic countries, especially at this time of uncertainty. Canada announced the deployment of up to 460 members of the Canadian Armed Forces to NATO through Operation Reassurance. This announcement includes more troops here in Latvia, as well as the deployment of an additional frigate and maritime patrol aircraft. A total of 540 CAF personnel are now deployed here in Latvia, and approximately 130 more will join in the coming weeks. Well, today, I can further announce an early, multi-year renewal of Operation Reassurance to support NATO in Central and Eastern Europe. This mission was set to expire next year, and in light of the situation in Europe, we decided to renew it ahead of schedule. Operation Reassurance is the CAF support to NATO's assurance and deterrence measures. The troops here are not only defending Latvia or Eastern Europe, they're defending all NATO allies, including Canada. They're defending our freedom and our security. That's why this work is so important, especially in the face of continued Russian aggression. During International Women's Day, I want to thank all the brave women who serve in the Canadian Armed Forces for their outstanding work, and all the women who serve in armed forces around the world. Canada will continue to be an ally and partner to help defend our shared values, and we will continue to be there for Ukraine. And now I'd like to turn the mic over to Canada's Minister of National Defence, Anita Anand.
Freedom Convoy supporters whose bank accounts were frozen by cabinet order under the Emergencies Act will have their files marked for lives, the Canadian Bankers Association said yesterday. The association also disclosed that bankers froze accounts of individuals who never appeared on an RCMP blacklist of 257 names. The committee exchange also revealed that banks would be shielded from all liability for damages resulting from frozen bank accounts, even if accounts completely unrelated to the protests were frozen without cause. Conservative Member of Parliament Leslyn Lewis has formally announced that she is running to be the next leader of Conservative Party of Canada for a second time. The MP for Haldimand Norfolk tweeted the news today. MP Pierre Poilievre is the only other formally declared candidate in the race at the present time. Prospective candidates have until April 19th to declare their candidacy. Similar to the 2020 leadership race, the entry fee stands at $200,000 in addition to a compliance deposit of $100,000. As the price of gas continues to soar in GTA, public transit agencies say that they are beginning to see an increase in the ridership from residents who are trying to reduce their cost at the pump. The average price of a liter of the fuel has risen by more than 16% over the last week and now stands at a record of $1.84 with a little relief on the horizon. In fact, many analysts are predicting that the cost of a liter of fuel will surpass $2 per in the coming week. Oil heads towards $150 a barrel. Education Minister Stephen Lecce is refusing to say whether Ontario parents stand to lose out on retroactive rebates of thousands of dollars should the province fail to reach a childcare deal with Trudeau government by the end of the fiscal year on March 31st. The federal government has offered Ontario $10.2 billion in funding to reduce the average cost of childcare by 50% by the end of 2022 en route to lowering it further to $10 a day by 2026. But the Ford government has failed to reach a deal with the feds to date, leaving Ontario as the only province which has not signed onto the $30 billion accord. Convoy organizer Tamara Leach was bombarded with hugs and well wishes from supporters on Monday as she walked out the Ottawa courthouse free on bail after spending 18 days behind bars. She was initially denied bail, but that decision was reversed yesterday after her lawyer asked for a bail review. As a condition of her release, Leach was banned from social media and ordered to leave Ottawa within 24 hours and the province of Ontario within 72 hours. Ontario has announced an updated science curriculum that will focus on modernizing education by teaching students subjects like coding starting in grade 1. Education Minister Stephen Lecce announced the revised curriculum, which will go into effect September 2022. According to the government, the science curriculum has been updated to teach students concepts that will be relevant and reflect real-world experiences. This will include more education on how science can be used to help reduce climate change. There will be also a stronger focus on food literacy throughout all grades. On March 7, Saskatchewan launched the new Tech Talent Pathway under the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program to attract tech workers into the province. The Tech Talent Pathway is intended to erase critical labor shortages in Saskatchewan's tech sector. With this new pathway to permanent residence for tech workers, employers in Saskatchewan's technology and innovation sectors will be able to attract more talent to support growth and increase Saskatchewan's global competitiveness. There were dark days when Tyler Turner wished he would die in the skydiving accident that cost him his legs, because then he wouldn't be facing the decision of whether to push forward or simply exist. On Monday, the 33-year-old from Campbell River, BC, captured Canada's first Paralympic snowboarding gold medal, racing to victory in snowboard cross at Beijing Games. And moments before standing atop at podium, the highlight of a six-medal day for Canada, Turner reflected on how far he had come. Peter Mrazek smiled slightly from the podium in the Nationwide Arena and summarized the game his team played with astounding accuracy. A win is a win, right? set the Leaf goalie after stopping 31 of 35 shots, enough for the Leafs to get out of Columbus with an entertaining but not specially decisive 5-4 win against the Blue Jackets.
Thank you for watching Awaz News and stay tuned for more updates.